Can you imagine this scene where you're sitting at a cafe with a group of friends and you're talking about, the same old stories, you're talking about mutual acquaintances and telling the same old tired jokes. And then your flatmate chimes in and starts teasing you about your deep love of pop music, which is just ridiculous because you don't even like pop music, and you start to wonder, does she even know me? Do I even really know her? And then that scene gets replayed on the weekend down at the pub, and you find yourself again with a group of people, in a conversation with a group of people that you don't even really care all that much about, and you start, wondering, why do I feel so invisible? If I was to get up and leave this table now, would anyone really even care? Would I even care if I was to never even see these people again? Have you ever felt that way? Like that feeling of like you're alone in the midst of a crowd. That feeling of being lonely while surrounded by friends. You ever felt that way? I mean, that feeling of like you never actually really get to know someone. Or maybe you feel like people don't really know who you are. And you start to wonder if they even did, would they want to try to get to know me? And even if they did get to know me in the long run, would they even stick around? I think these are fears that we all have. But in this video series, I want to share with you some basic principles that might help you move beyond the unsatisfying and surface level relationships that are just far too prevalent in our lives. These basic principles will share, not only what deep and significant relationships are about, but also how to have them. And we'll even talk about some specific relationships in your life and give some specific ways in which you can start to move them into deeper, more meaningful, significant relationships. But maybe you're sitting there wondering, why would I even bother? Maybe it's not worth it. Maybe I just stick with what I've got and stick it out and hope for the best. I want to say, don't settle for shallow. Don't settle for shallow. You were made to be in deep, meaningful relationships with other people. You were made for that. It's part of who you are. So don't settle for shallow. It is possible to have deep, meaningful, significant relationships with friends, with co-workers, with family members. It really is possible. So don't settle for shallow. It is possible for you to have those kind of relationships. And I'm excited that you're going to join us on this journey as we discover what it looks like together. Hey, if you found this material helpful, then just click on the link below and it'll take you to a website where you can access a whole video series that's developed in helping you to take your relationships deeper. See, I think we are all created to experience deep, meaningful, significant relationships that go beyond just the surface level. So we'll explain some of the principles of what those relationships look like and then start talking specifically about how you can have those kind of relationships. And you can have it. It is possible. So click on the link below and you'll gain access to the whole video series.